You are now watching Cherry Coke with Coach.
Hey, welcome everybody to episode number 13 of Cherry Coke with Coach. Thank you for watching, listening. Remember, you can like, follow, or share on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. You get updated on new shows. There's probably going to be some little interviews coming pretty soon. I'm just going to try and fill up some more than just once a week, maybe a few more days of things to share. Shout outs this week. We had a pretty good week. Braden Siffer got 5th in 2A in the 100 meter dash. Some dudes in those races, so congratulations to him. Shenandoah, I know it's one of our rivals, but Dukes, Colin, Brazzi, Graham, those are some darn good kids over there. I know we'll get Landon involved here in a minute, but he raced against them, and talking to Colin, he was always a yes sir, no sir kind of guy to me. So really respectful kid, but they finished first in the sprint medley and the 4x100. I would like to clarify with KMA, because during the interview on the sprint medley with them, they talked about how last year you guys battled with Clarinda all year, 1-2, 1-2 all year. That wasn't Clarinda, that was Red Oak, and 4 fast son of a guns running there. So just to clarify, whoever watches this, KMA was wrong. I was going to make a comment on Facebook, but that's just not my cup of tea. So we'll just say it right here. And we have 300 some subscribers, so it's bound to get out.
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out to Chase Landy and Jackson Fleshman from the Ballard 4x4. They won state. I coached both those gentlemen in 7th grade basketball, so their speed knowledge came from me, obviously in 7th grade. I coached Jackson Fleshman's brother as well in high school football and junior high basketball. Chance fell over the finish line. And I don't like that. It happens way too much at state track. We'll talk about later, but it seems like everybody falls at state track. Never happens at a regular meet. Or they'll cut in front of people trying to hand off at a 4x8 or something. But, excuse me. Girls track team, I just want to give a shout out to them. That whole track team for Red Oak went down to cheer on Jocelyn O'Neill. We had a couple guys that sputtered in there to watch Braden, but the girls team get it. I talked about it with football, the experience. We take the kids to the dome, just the experience of seeing that and seeing the competition. You might not be competing there. Landon, when we talk about the state track meet, he might be able to fill you in on just the experience of actually running on the Blue Oval is experience you'll never. It's like wrestling, that's state wrestling, so you got to go experience it. So a big shout out to the girls track team for doing that. Girls golf, third place at state qualifier. We have a state qualifier individually. Kip, can you give the name?
Brian Knaus.
Brian Knaus. Yeah, so she's got second at her qualifier, so she's on to state. They're going to golf over in Boone. I guess we'll give a shout out to Nolan Perrin. Broke the record for power clean, 265 on the board. Only a junior, so that shouldn't be the record by the time you graduate. It should be a little higher. And then Nicole Bond tied the bench record at 160.
Yep.
So that she'll, once again, a junior, so she'll probably pop that off and get that a little higher and come here pretty soon. Brad Mowinkle, a college buddy at Upper Iowa, he is, I don't like soccer, but he got invited to be a official at the state soccer matches this summer. So congratulations, my buddy Brad. All his daughters play all over the United States. The one went over to England and played. They played at Lynmar High School. She played on some team, U16 team that went to England and played and won a game, and it was amazing. I followed on Facebook, pretty fun to see. And then finally, football locker room. I've had a lot of people with continued support on that. I thank you for that. It's still on hold. The next step has been set up. I have a meeting set up, so hopefully that goes in our favor, and I'll keep you updated. Hopefully next week I'll have some more information for you. So that's all the shout outs I got this week. Pretty busy week. Kip, what's good with you?
Oh, just graduation today. Recording this on Sunday, so congrats to 2024 graduates. We'll have one here in a little bit joining us, so it's a fun day for them. Good ceremony, good speeches and everything. Baseball's off to a start, so we'll talk about that more later, I'm sure, as well.
All right. Yeah, well, 4 days. 4 days left. 2 days. I say 2 days because they hand in computers on Tuesday. So we're basically done. So yeah, you're slowing down but speeding back up.
Yep. Yeah. It just means I
least
spend
you're
more
not
time in the
dual
weight room and the baseball field than the classroom.
You're not dual sporting anymore, right?
Not dual sport coaching anymore. No.
Yeah, introductions for today. We were supposed to have Dawson Bond here, but he big showed us, I guess. No, he had something else come up. So,
Mr. Hollywood.
Champ couldn't pop in. So I was gonna say, it took us 13 episodes to have our first repeat guest, and we kind of do. Baz, he was kind of a Kip on the Dawson episode.
Well, that one I was on with Peyton.
Oh, so this is actually
Brandon.
technically your third appearance
Yeah.
on. So he's got the record. Put it on the board, right? So Baz, welcome back. How we doing?
I'm doing all right. Was in the middle of a lift and Landon texted me and told me to call Dawson. I called Dawson and it went straight to voicemail. So he got the notification silence. So he's probably out in the world doing some run or something.
Yeah.
So
He's out doing something important. I texted him, didn't get anything back, but we'll see what's shaking out with him later. He'll be on another time. Our other guest here is new to the show, so we got a Red Oak graduate, state track qualifier, three-time state track qualifier, and medaled twice. Two-time all-district football player, all-state baseball, member of the Red Oak Breakfast Club. Actually, original member, co-founder of the Breakfast Club, named by Baz. He's I'd say the four. You, Dawson, Aiden, and Baz.
Dawson and me are the two OG.
Yep.
Then Aiden came along. Then we brought Baz along.
well, I mean,
Yeah.
we had Riley, but he was there, and then
Right.
as soon as I came in, he kind of left.
Yeah, he kind of
It
went to
felt
the
like-
live.
So yeah.
He's one of those cable guys. He wants the cable
Yep,
machines.
yep.
But yeah, so where was I? Breakfast Club, right? So, we got Landon Cows. I've already said his name probably 6 times since he's been here. He's back from Simpson, done with school for the year.
Yep.
So how's it going, Landon?
It's going good.
When did you get back?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. So,
2 weeks.
how was the first year of college
It was good.
in Enola, fun little town?
Yeah, I love it. I love college. It was a really good experience this year. So.
Baseball go well? As well as you could hope, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't get our goal of making a postseason, but that's just something to work for now.
Yeah, always better. Find ways to get better.
Mhm.
I know. We went to Simpson College for basketball camp, and we stayed in some. They were probably the best dorms I stayed in. This was back in the late '90s, so they're probably updated by now. They probably get air conditioning at least.
Yeah, they got.
Cause you got to stay in the dorms for first year.
Yeah, they got broken ACs.
So they put them in. Since 2000, they've put them in and they've broken. So
Yeah.
it works out. Plan on going back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Try it. And so how many credits did you have going out of high school into college?
I had 33,
So 12, 24.
so I had a whole year done.
So you had a year and a half basically done. Because I think it's 30.
Yeah, I
20
took 16.
It'd be
so,
36
yeah.
for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Every time I hear that, it just amazes me that, you're going in with a whole year done. That's 30 grand
Mm-hmm.
that you're saving.
I had 4 and
53.
I was happy.
Yeah.
53 grand here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I had 4. And it was DMAC credits. I don't think it transferred over to anything else.
When we're Western Iowa Tech.
See, it doesn't add much. So, we'll get into local sports and then some guest topics. First local sport we got is obviously track. We have the state track meet this weekend. 3-day attendance of 39,537. That's the second largest 3-day attendance. I think yesterday was second largest, and it was high 9,000s for Saturday. So it was a good day. State team titles: Lisbon won 1A over Woodbine. Lennox got 4th. Lisbon won its 5th title in the past 10 years. Also defended their title from last year. Mediapolis, they won 2A. Notables: Shan got 4th with 41. Underwood got 6th, and Trainer got 9th. So that was all 3 from our district. Mediapolis' first outright title. They shared the title with Williamsburg in 23. Western Dubuque beat ADM 72-71 to win 3A. First team title for Western Dubuque. 4A Ankeny just rolled 112 to, I think Cedar Falls 86. That's the third state title for Ankeny. Last one was in 1972 when they won Class A. Girls, St. Angar, they won by 2 over Plainsfield. St. Albert's got third, and so did Riverside with 37 points. That's the first team title for St. Angar. 4 points between first and fifth, so it was a pretty tight race there. Van Meter beat Pella Christian 63-60. Van Meter, the back-to-back titles. ADM won 3A for girls. ADM's first team title. Gilbert, I used to coach there. Coach Franzen, shout out to him. They got fifth. And then 4A girls got Pleasant Valley won with a 92. Waukee Northwest was 81. That's Pleasant Valley's fourth title, first one since 2015. So it's kind of good. They got to see some new teams winning it. Lisbon, I think Lisbon's always good. They always have some speed out there.
My roommate went to Lisbon. His brother was on the 4x1, 4x2.
Dude, they're all like 4'2". They're all short and stocky, and they just
so fast.
cook down
They're
the
so
track.
fast.
They had a T-shirt, and it was like the NASCAR logo, and it said Lisbon, but then it looked like somebody drew in pencil like all their faces. It was like sketches and stuff, and it was like a NASCAR shirt, kind of like the old Dream Team shirts that they had for or the Bulls shirts when they won titles back in the '90s. I showed Sue Ann, and Sue Ann said she was gonna get on that, make it happen. And I also talked Sue Ann into getting Saturday jerseys. So if you make it to the finals of state, kind of like wrestling, don't you guys have finals singlets?
Yeah.
We're gonna get jersey tops, and then they can and then keep it. So because they're $15. But yeah, I think I talked her into that too. Maybe green ones. I told her blue, 'cause it's the blue oval.
Like ADM has something like that, don't they?
Yeah, I saw Danville. ADM girls have pink. Danville had pink for their girls. Trainer wears their white ones, or they're all white. So other schools have it. Bigger schools like Johnston, they had like 4 different uniforms. I mean, every relay they had go out there had a different uniform on. So it's just like any other sport. Why not get more? How many wrestling singlets do you guys have?
So we have we have singlets from like when they were they had like the tiny ones, like when there was like a 94 weight class.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a singlet that I don't even think like Brody Ostoff would have fit in. So like we've got really old singlets. Like there's one that there's like the fabric, like it's actual like cotton.
Yeah.
And so, but we've got them like throughout the years, and like so you'll see like there's a 3-stripe one that's like the orange, white, and black, or orange, silver, and black. That's a really old one. You'll see the tiger paw, kind of a Clemson tiger paw. That's an old one.
So you just keep them over the years, and do you guys get to choose what you wear, or is it just?
For the state tournament, yes. We
So-
go in and we'll go back there, and then like they'll pick out their favorite ones and like wear this one to this match and that one to that match. But usually we wear the orange one, and it's a tiger print it has a tiger on the back, and then it has RO on the front. We wear that in the finals of like John Jay, Roland Dyer, district, stuff like that. Sometimes I'll pull out the older black one that's a tiger print, and it's got the same thing. It's just black. And then usually, but like Dawson, he sticks to what's good, and so he stays in usually stays in that black one, the rudest one, the newest one we have.
So yeah, I think kids like that color.
Yeah.
Changing things up and wearing different combos. So I think that'd be kind of cool to have for track. Might as well have
Maybe they need some green ones too.
Well, it's the same thing with
Just get some green eyes on the
Yeah.
back or something.
With like game shoes, like basketball game shoes, you gotta have a lot of those. Like wrestlers now, it's kind of turning into a thing where like
I had home and away shoes.
I
mean, and we only had our home and away same black pants all the time, white top, white or black top. So you always had to have good looking shoes.
I bought 2 pairs of cleats, but ended up not wearing the second pair, so I'll wear those at BB. But
I spatted my shoes too, so you couldn't even see them. So
Football had gloves. I had like,
Different
3
gloves.
different pairs of gloves that I
Same.
wear.
well, then and then like once you play in a wet game or something, those gloves are
Yeah,
pretty much
coach.
done.
Yeah, you can't use them.
I mean, those gloves nowadays are like, just put your hand out. No wonder kids make one-hand catches all the time, like insane catches, because the tactification, I don't know what you want to call it, is just insane.
somebody gets a hold of you, it's like if they get a hold of like a tight jersey like what we have, it could be like game over, just because like their grip is so like you don't have to have a strong grip. You just need to have those gloves on.
Yeah, I've like
Even the
grabbing
lineman
across
ones.
the skin, you can just
Yeah.
feel it pulling across.
Even the lineman ones nowadays are like really sticky.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like,
We need to start using like Pam butter spray on our
yeah,
lineman jerseys.
legit.
See what happens. I don't think there's a rule against it.
A little stickiness up in the armpits.
Yeah,
for
you
ball
know,
carriers.
it's not like it's baseball where you're losing out on the ball or anything. They had that, speaking of baseball, they had some college pitcher. He was down in the corner of the bullpen, and he was like putting something on his glove, and he got up and like moved away, and people were like filming it the whole
I
time.
saw that video on
It was just
Twitter,
happened
yeah.
like a week ago or something like that. So yeah, high school do that? You guys get high school kids to mess with stuff?
I've never seen someone do
Mess
that.
with
in high
anything?
school. Mm-mm.
When you played enough.
Even in college this year, I never saw
You
that.
never saw it.
Mm-mm.
We never had anybody really. We had a kid in junior high that he would take the ball and the laces and he'd rub it on the concrete on the ground to try and get the laces to come up a little more. So I'd give him the 3 game balls and he'd sit there and do that, the laces, for like 15 minutes before the game. I mean, he threw a pretty nasty duck curve, but I don't know if that's cheating, but it was junior high baseball 10 years ago. Who cares, right?
I'm still check for it. Like
Oh
in
yeah,
high
there-
school, they don't check for
yeah.
it
There's no checking for it.
unless you're throwing
A
20,
nasty.
a 21K game. I don't think anyone's gonna check you.
You're dropping 12 sixes all day. They're like,
Yeah.
wait a second, this kid should be doing that. Well, some individual performances. ADM, just fast. Dole, I think he ran a 10.4, and then Flora. I mean, they're 1-2, 1-2, 4x1, set records again. We see Harlan all the time, and we're like, Sears and those guys are fast, but I think Sears got 3rd or 4th in the 100.
I think did they win the 4x1 though?
They did.
ADM.
Harlan.
Harlan won it.
Harlan won it. That's the best part about state track is they're just kids floating. Rachel Kakar-Marinowski from Pella Christian. Her dad was the head coach, is the head coach of Pella Christian football. Her brothers were great athletes. Freshman, she got 1st in the 100, 200, broke state record, I think, in the 100. And then Gabe Funk, his dad works here at Red Oak from Lennox. He won the hurdles, or shuttle hurdle. And then Dominio from Isle Falls, he got DQ'd in the 110.
Yeah, he knocked too many over, didn't he?
Yeah, it was the last hurdle too that he knocked. And dude's like the 24th fastest guy in the state in the 110s. And yeah, he got DQ'd in the 400s or the 110s. One of the two. 110s.
He won the 400.
And then the Rice Reynolds, he won 3rd year in a row, winning 400 hurdles and the 400. That dude's it was a good track meet. Other than that, talent next year, Red Oak wise, we need help. So if you're going to be at Red Oak next year, just go off track. If you're an athlete, go off track. Come help Braden. He made it all by himself. We're a little lonely there. Get some more people there with him. And then the one thing that I thought was insane, and it drives me crazy, is the girls' union handed out participation medals. So if you ran in the Iowa High School track meet, you got a medal for each event that you were in. So a girl could have got last place in each event and got 4 medals that look exactly the same as the medals that they win for the girls that actually win the events. To me, I don't think they need to do that. I think just being there, they get those ticket punched cards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that's kind of
That's you
saying
made
you made
it. Yeah, exactly. It kind of, I think it just diminishes a girl finishing in the top 8 and earning that medal. You're top 8 of 24 individual or relay. You know, like you deserve the medal, the participation one. And if they want to give a participation medal out, give it like weird colored with or make it bigger or something, and only give one. If you made it in 4 events, you still get 1. You made it in 1 event, you get 1 medal, and that's their souvenir for making it a state. But I don't know. You guys agree, disagree?
Well, do the, like, I don't know.
The boys don't get it.
Boys don't get it.
I was thinking like football, boys football. I know it says state participant, but is that what they put on the 3rd place and like?
No, 3rd place, or no, because they would only have 1st and runner-ups.
Right.
Champ and runner-up, because they don't have a 3rd place game
Okay.
football. So you would get a state participant like flag,
Okay,
but that's all you get.
Okay.
And then state champions get a hat, a medal, and the trophy.
You might get like a semifinalist trophy.
Yeah, I think they get a semifinalist.
Or
The only
banner.
difference, and it's the same trophy. It just says state runner-up
Yeah.
or state champ, and then state participant.
You get one as
Oh.
a team.
If you make the semis, it says state semifinalists, quarterfinals. So it breaks it down what round you lost.
Okay.
Yeah, that kind of just ruffles my feathers.
And you're usually a
You
big
can't-
fan of the girls union and
Yeah,
how
I
they handle things.
The union is way better than the association, way better. But this just, I don't know.
You don't hand those out in the Midwest. You can hand those out on the coast, but
Yeah, we don't do that.
you don't hand
here.
those out around here.
No, it's just participation medal. So good for them. I hope none of them flaunt it like it's a true medal. But congratulations on making the state. But I think a medal is deserved by people that earn that medal. Not saying the girls didn't earn it making it to state, but it's just the way it
And
is
the
now.
little tiny flags are just the state champs, right?
Just the state champs, yep. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. What would you have done with your participation medal?
It doesn't count. If you get top 8, I think it just diminishes the fact of like the hard work to get top 8 in an
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, that's what
I
I.
don't know.
So for once, I appreciate the association.
The
For not
union, or yeah,
folding.
association.
Well, like boys don't even get like that ticket punch
No.
thing, which I feel like that's
That's a
like a
girls thing.
participation thing like itself.
Yeah, and it's kind of that's almost your medal for winning, but you get a
Yeah.
medal for winning district anyways.
Right.
For top 8, top 2, get to go on. But yeah, it's almost the way the society is, and it's not the kids, it's adults that are upset that they didn't get a medal when they went to state track, so they want their kid to have a medal, or
It's the proud parents.
yeah.
They want you to. They go like, oh, my kid made it to state. Well, now they have to get a trophy. Like, no matter what they did. Like, no,
Yeah.
you're not all the way. The job's not finished. Like,
Yeah, you got to get and that's what they say about like NFL and NBA. Like people's goals and dreams are like, I'm gonna make the NFL, I'm gonna make the NBA, and once they make it, it's just like,
what do I do?
now what? Like this was my goal, I've reached my goal. Now it's like, oh, I got to make a new goal. Now you got so many steps to take to get there. So you're done in 3 years, because I think that NFL life is like 2.8 years or 3.8 years, something like that. So it's crazy. But yeah, state track. I guess I do have one more thing. The starters and people that work for the state were amazing. The security were jerks, like just jerks. Sue-Ann was trying to give water to Braden over the rail, and the guy yelled at her like 5 times to get away, like trying to escort her out of there. They got mad at me. He had to run the 100. Was it the 100? 100 and then right into the 400. So I went to go check him in, and they said I couldn't check him in, that this was state, that the kids need to come check themselves in. Like he has plenty of time. And I'm like, actually, he doesn't have plenty of time. It's literally right after. Like you might have 15 minutes. And she's like, well, he needs to come get it himself. I was like, so he needs to take his spikes off, waste his time walking through people to get his sticker, when he should be down there staying loose and keeping his shoes on. Well, just tell him he needs to. So they were really rude. That was the first bad experience I've had at the state track meeting. Might want to work on that.
Reminds me of state wrestling. It's like, so there's like a little corridor that connects these it's like ballrooms kind of, and they have mats out, and that's where like everybody warms up. And it's like this corridor goes straight and then right, and then comes back left, and then there's obviously there's the corridor around the whole outside piece. There's security when you go into the actual arena. There's right there where the fence is. There's one like in front of that, and then there's one on each corner of the corridor, and you have to show it to every single one of them. You have to show that you have a wristband or you have like credentials or whatever. So it's like, there's a kid that's like Dawson, obviously warming up for a match. He has a singlet on and his shoes on, and like he obviously looks like he's gonna go wrestle. And they're like, you got your credentials? They want to see your wrist. It's like,
Dude, look at me.
yeah, like he's walking in a singlet. Podliska's got these crazy pants on and these shoes. He's holding his folder. He's looked like that the whole 4 to 8 years, how many ever years he's gone. Like,
Well,
It's
gotta
the same.
be careful at state qualifier track meet. Riley Fouts put on a track uniform, and was warming up in the middle of the football field and like went and got online and tried to check into a race. So you never know.
Yeah.
You gotta check credentials.
Yeah.
No, but no, the security guys, and they don't work for the union or the association.
Really?
They're hired
Yeah.
out from the well.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's
they're
true.
a lot of them are probably like, I wanted to be a cop, or I'm going to the military. I didn't make it through the military. Now I'm gonna make these kids' lives hell.
I feel like there needs to be like a talk though, like between like the associations and like the actual place that's holding the event.
farm
That
bars
like
and
these kids are like trying to compete at the highest level right now.
leave them alone.
So like leave them alone. Their coaches can speak for them. Like,
yeah. It's well, they make you go. They don't have the entrance from the track football field to the field house anymore.
Yeah, you
open.
just have to walk outside.
You have to walk all the way around to get in there. I think the first year we went as Red Oak, that door was open.
Yeah,
That
you could go under the bleachers.
Yeah, you go into bleachers. Now you have to go out and around, and it'd just be so much easier just have that door open. But what do I know? I'm just a 1A football coach. Not even bowling or track anymore. I resigned from everything, so just football now.
Aspiring podcaster.
Yeah, trying. Hey there, Cherry Coke with Coach fans. I got an exciting news for you. I would like to introduce to our first sponsor of Cherry Coke with Coach. It's Dubby Energy Drinks. If you love energy drinks but worry about the price, taste, or most importantly, what's in it, Dubby is what you need. Price, $1 a drink. You get this whole jug for $30. It's 30 servings, so that's a month's supply of energy drinks right there in one jug. Tastes great. You can have flavors like beach and peach, which is mango with white peach. You can get Dragonade, dragon fruit, and pink strawberry lemonade. Then there's also Galaxy Grenade, watermelon, guava, and lime explosion, with many, many other options. I got sent to me Pushing Punch, which is fruit punch plus lemon lime blend. I tried it earlier today, and it tastes great. I had Zaire Rodriguez take a sip of it and try it out too. It's a great taste with it. Didn't have jitters. Didn't have anything extra with it. Then you got to look at what's inside of it. Well, you got for your laser focus, you have green coffee fruit extract, which is the star of the show. It helps you focus. Brain food. They've selected only the best amino acids that benefit brain function. Ways to be better. Only the most brain benefiting vitamins like B3, B6, B12, and C. Energy, 150 milligrams of coffee per serving. No, there's none of this in there. Sugar, melatotroxin, artificial colors or dyes, fillers, or BS. Cost, like I said, approximately $1 per drink. Beat your daily coffee or canned drink prices. No crash, jitters, or angst. I mean, this is it's a great product if you're an energy drink person. I'm not an energy drink. I never drank Red Bull or Monsters or anything like that, but I've always seen the prices of them, and they're just outrageous. So why wouldn't you be able to get a nice jug, small jug, fit in my hand? It's 6.43 ounces net weight, and it's 30 servings. Dietary supplement. Good solid energy. I felt the energy when I tried it earlier today. Also, they also provide you with a hydration stick. Hydration stick bags, assorted flavors. Comes with 10 pine berry splash and 10 watermelonda sticks. These are great for hydration, electrolytes, vitamins, amazing taste. W Hydration is our new hydration formula. We've added just the right amount of electrolytes without compromising taste so that you can drink this any time of the day and actually enjoy it. No caffeine. Electrolytes, they help hydrate you. Vitamins C, E, B6, and B12. Caffeine free. Drink it whenever, wherever. Hydration. Consume it as a treat after a workout, during gaming, or after a long day. No sugar, melodiroxin, artificial colors, or dyes, fillers, or that BS I was talking about earlier. Approximately $1 per drink, beats other hydration drinks. If this interests you, they have a great variety pack. It's a sample pack for you. I got that as well. It came with 2 hydration sticks that you dump into 12 to 16 ounces of water, and it also came with a couple packs of the no jitterless energy blend. This one right here is the Dragonade, which is the dragon fruit and pink strawberry lemonade combo. I'm going to try that tomorrow for school. And then also in that pack, so you get three of these, and you get 2 of the hydration sticks. Plus, you get this pretty cool shaker. They had 4 or 5 different styles of shakers, so I don't know if you will get the exact same one I got, or you can get one with one of their other logos. Then I also got the jug to try as well. Great flavor. I think the next one I'm going to try is that Dragonade, which is the dragon fruit with the strawberry pink lemonade. Most importantly, is if you use the promo code, which will be at the bottom of the screen, CC with Coach, all capitalized, at the website below or in the description, you will get 10% off your purchase. Cool thing is you can get that sample pack like I talked about with the shaker and the hydration sticks and the Jitterless Energy Blend. You can get that for $19.99. So, go check it out for your energy and hydration drink needs. So we'll move on to baseball. Red Oak had 2 games last week. First loss to Missouri Valley was on Tuesday, 15-7, and then they had a walk-off win over Fremont Mills, 4-3 on Thursday. Scheduled this week, they play Sydney. They played them on Monday, and then they play Creston tomorrow at Creston and Atlantic on Friday. So they'll have a busy 3-game week, plus end the school year. Game 1 against Missouri Valley, they had 7 runs on 6 hits, 4 singles, 2 doubles. Team batted .222, on base percentage of .364, slugging to .296, and 2 stolen bases. Reese Montgomery, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 RBIs, and a double. Pitching wise, they had 4 pitchers to complete the game. They allowed 15 hits, 15 runs, 10 of them were earned, 8 base on balls, and 6 Ks. Game 2, 4 runs on 7 hits. This is the Fremont Mills game. They had 3 singles, 4 doubles, 280 batting average, 357 on base, a 440 slugging, 5 stolen bases. They must have had Landon Baz out there playing for them that night. Brody Bond had 2 hits, an RBI, a double, and a stolen base. And then Brett Erickson went 6.2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs. 1 of them was earned, 2 base on balls with 12 Ks. And Adam came in and pitched 1 batter.
3 pitches.
3 pitches. I'm assuming Brent hit 120 pitch count wise. 110. So
Yep.
you gotta get him out of there.
So you got the 110, 6 2/3, no decision, because it was tied when he came out. And Adam Beyer, he let everybody know after the game he was 3-pitch win.
Yeah.
And that his 8-3 pays 100%, and he's like, I'm retiring. I'm never pitching again.
I think
So you can only imagine how Adam handled it. So
I know it's kind of like Landon.
Yeah.
He would never pitch. I'm like, get that.
it
little
might be in the
lefty out
record
there.
book for least amount of pitches in a win in Red Oak history. So
Landon could just pitch some ducks.
I
So
pitched.
because Adam's a lefty too.
I pitched like 1/3 innings, and I think I gave up like 5 earned.
But Brett had the put down the bunt that forced the error that ended up scoring the winning run. So even though he didn't get the win, he kind of had the winning hit / put the ball in play. So he had the walk off at bat. So
It
he
just
won in
shows,
other
like,
ways.
teams crumble under pressure like that. What was it? Kale's on second, I think.
Yep, Kale was on second. So
Bunt right. I mean, it was right between the catcher and the pitcher,
Yeah.
I think. And then
So he was-
the guy from
yeah.
the second baseman couldn't get to first base in time.
yeah, I was kind of watching Kale, so I'm not even sure
Mhm.
how it went down at first. I just know he didn't catch it, and Kale's rounding third with full head of speed, and so he just sent him, and we walked off and celebrated.
Best way to do it.
Yeah, Brett did a good job throwing strikes. We hit the ball better, not right at people. Game 1, Missouri Valley, we hit the ball hard, but it just seemed to be right at people. They had more hits, but half of them were off the pitcher's glove and get caught in the grass and can't make plays. And said we had 8 walks and 2 hit batters, so just too many free easy bases that we weren't on top of the game. So, but we bounced back nicely so guys are getting experience that never had it, and we brought back some guys after we lost a good group last year. So looking forward to Sydney. Should be a good game. We can get one at home, and Creston will be tough. They get a good senior group over there that is going to be wanting some revenge on us from last
Sure,
year.
Turner's on the bump.
We're kind of expecting him game 1, yeah, at least. If it works out for them. Depends who they have this week. I don't think they have too many games early in the week. And Atlantic's kind of a
He might,
rivalry in baseball. We've played them pretty close the last couple of years. So
they might start him on the bump, see where it shakes out, and then maybe get him off early or something. I don't know what they all have. Because I know that class is pretty talented over there, Atlantic-wise. Football. Creston, sorry. Football, state finals, wrestling. Did they win state?
Creston?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, track, they competed well. They never really had a strong track, but they've had some good throwers and stuff. So yeah, it's I think they're going to come out for a little revenge.
Yeah.
They're after 2 1-0 losses last year. We talked about both of them quite a bit on the podcast too, because they were amazing games to watch. So yeah, young team starting out. First 2 games.
shout out to the JV. They're 2-0. They've
2-0.
pitched well and hit the ball well. So 8-2 and 15-1. So getting a lot of experience. 11 8th graders, and you got freshmen, sophomores sprinkled in there. So doing well.
So yeah, just come out and compete, Sydney. So if nobody will hear this before then. So Creston at Atlantic will be tomorrow and Friday for you, since this is Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. People drink coffee, listening away, wondering what Hat says. House of Cows,
baby.
Look at this thing.
Family brand.
Anything else local sports wise we think of?
Softball will be starting up this week.
Yeah, they play Monday. I saw that with Griswold, so we'll have an update on that. And then they play the 22nd. What's that? Tuesday or Wednesday the 22nd, 23rd, and then they play the 24th. How are they playing on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m.? Their games are supposed to be done by 6.
Ask your friends at the union. Maybe the school's over, so for the host school's over.
That's weird, because we had the track meet this year that they moved to Wednesday and said our school said we couldn't compete in it because it was a Wednesday night in their school. Interesting.
And it looks like they're going to ACGC on Saturday for must be a tournament.
Yeah.
Of some kind. Or
They're just like all girls sports. Softball and volleyball, they got to have 30 weekend tournaments every year. Like, I don't get it. That's why football never has any student section, because at a 1A school, all the boys should be out for football. So 75% of the boys are on the sideline. So your student section has to be a female base. Well, if the girls are off playing volleyball and can't come on Friday because they've already traveled to their games, how are we supposed to have a student section? And then we get crap for scheduling 2 practices at the end of the year. But hey, on to a guest discussion here. We got Landon here. Just got done with his first year of college. We kind of discussed that already. What are you most excited about for year 2 of college?
Just taking some more interesting classes. Just knowing how baseball goes in college compared to high school, and then how I can just better my skill set in the classroom and athletic wise.
And then you're still rolling with their physical therapy?
So I'm majoring
exercise?
in health and exercise science.
Okay.
So it's between physical therapy and PA.
Okay. And so you'd probably go masters?
Yeah,
Master's
I'll
for
do
that.
either 3 or 4 at Simpson, and then go to grad school somewhere.
Do you have somewhere? I mean, it's a couple years away, but do you have one that you'd like to go to?
UNO.
Come back home. We can go to Creighton.
Creighton's pricey. It's pricey.
But you got to pay for that piece of paper for Creighton.
Expensive piece of paper.
But I mean, it's almost going to the same place. I mean, it's same city.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna have to get the same experience. You're gonna have the same roommates then next year.
Yep, same roommate.
On campus still, or are you guys gonna branch out, find a house to live in?
You have to be on campus.
You have to be.
Yeah,
all 4 years.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They have apartment style living that you can do as a sophomore if you get asked by an upperclassman.
Okay.
But then junior, senior, apartment style. So
Guaranteed.
yeah.
So you just gotta stay in the dorms 1 more year.
Yep.
That's not too bad. How many roommates? Just one roommate?
Just one.
2
we have
per room.
2 per room, and then there's 6 other baseball guys that we all have rooms right next to each other.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be fun.
That'll be good. Do you guys get your own shower or bathroom in your room, or do you have like a communal bathroom?
As freshmen, we had a communal, but as a sophomore, we share with just another room. Just one other room.
I remember that in college, walking down the hallway with my shower basket, towel on, flip flops. Always wear flip flops.
Yeah.
And just strolling down.
Can't route hug it.
Yeah, you don't, no way, dude. You want athlete's foot? Go ahead and go sandalless. That's
Yeah, they don't clean the showers too well.
you're gonna be an RA. Ever thought about that? No.
No.
Do you work there, or do you just go to school? And with baseball, it probably takes up a lot of your time too.
Yeah, I thought about it. I'm still kind of thinking about it if I want to get one in the fall, but I mean, really the fall is just as busy as the spring. You only have practice 2-3 days a week, but they're
Long.
4+ hour
Yeah.
practices. So
What do they got for fun there in Indianola? You go to Des Moines? Or
yeah,
you
go up to Jordan Creek a lot.
okay.
B-dubs on Thursdays.
Get the wing deal. I'm
Yeah, BOGO.
Don't you guys got a wing night? Do you go with like Weiser and those guys? Like, they're guys wrestling coaches that do that.
Weiser will go to Quaker Steak.
Okay, because yeah, him and Russell
gone
and those guys. I think it's wrestling coaches that go.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised though.
We had wings at State Track. We went down to Court Ave, and they ate at one of the restaurants down there. They were good wings, bar pizza. But yeah, because Indianola's like that's super close to Des Moines. I mean, basically
Yeah, it's
a suburb.
10 minutes south.
So it takes about 15 minutes to get to Jordan Creek.
Yeah, 15-20.
That ain't bad then.
No, not bad at all.
You just have to go through the south side of Des Moines. A little different down there.
Or you can take the interstate. You can take.
The
you can
fun's
hop on
going
the
through
highway.
straight through.
Yeah,
know?
you can.
What was the Simpson Central rivalry like? Is it still is? I mean, it used to be they got after each other when I was younger, and my cousin played, so I saw it a lot when I was really young. So they still pretty as fiery with their rivalry.
I know it was a really big thing in football, like way back.
Yeah, I mean they were
Now
1-2
it's
every
just-
year.
Central is just such a powerful football program now. They're just a powerhouse. So I feel like I didn't really feel the existence of it with football, but with baseball, I felt it. We took the serious from them in baseball, so that was pretty cool. But
I know kid I coached at Ballard, Bryce Hassidick, he pitches and plays field for Central. Pitched a couple good games I saw this year. You guys beat BB?
no, we played BB the first series of the year. They swept us.
It's probably because of the long drive up there.
No,
Or they
so
came
we
to
were
you?
supposed to go up, but it was like 20 degrees,
Oh, okay, so it's like can't do this.
and it was snowing too. So
And you would have been farther north, so it would have been even worse.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad in Storm Lake. I remember. So they came down and we went 16 innings, game 1. We were supposed to play 2 games. It was a Friday. We were supposed
Like
to play
now we got
2 on Friday. 6
like that's 2
game
games
1.
there anyways.
Yeah, 2-1 game, won 16 innings.
Because you guys played 9 in college, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still not bad. Aren't they top 25 or they were?
Yeah,
At
they
one
were
point
in and
in
out of
time?
the rankings the whole year. I mean, Coe's good. Loris, Luther.
That's all.
The ARC's a good
I think
conference.
Co beat BV in like the art conference
Mm.
tournament.
American Rivers Conference. that
Yeah.
was.
Co got a bid for a regional, I know. So they have a good shot, I think, at going to the whatever it's called, super regional or something.
I'm sure everybody. I think we've talked about it before. Everybody hates going to BB because it's it's all the way up there by itself. And then BB when you got to go on the road.
Oh, dude.
There's no not traveling.
Right.
Well, that's like I don't even know who the rival is. Like I think our closest is like Nebraska Wesleyan, but still that's going to Lincoln or wherever.
If we'd have to go back to the old original Iowa Conference when Upper Iowa was in there and stuff, it was Upper Iowa BB because
Okay.
it was the Beavers versus the Peacocks.
Okay.
That was a big rivalry. But I would say Wartburg. I mean, if you were looking at the closest two, is that kind of like your first criteria for a rival?
I don't
The
know.
closest school,
Yeah,
and that'd be
yeah.
Wartburg. I feel
I knew a
like.
girl that went to BV for basketball and when I went to UNI and they came up to Waverly. We had to go watch, and she's like, "Yeah, we love coming to Wartburg because it's our closest game, but Wartburg hates coming to us because it's their farthest game."
Yeah, because everything's on that side
because
of the
everything
state.
was on the eastern side. So.
Yeah. So yeah, I wonder who beat these rivalries. That's
I'm not
good.
really sure.
Because I mean, Central and Simpson have been rivals there forever.
Yeah.
Me and my dad one time we were going to watch Jaden Moody. I coached him at Ballard. He played basketball at Central. We went to the Central Simpson basketball game at Pella. We're driving up there, and we've been to Pella 100 times. We just kept driving and driving. We looped all the way around Des Moines, and we're like, airport? What the heck? Well, we forgot to take the exit over by Altoona to loop up. So we drove all the way around Des Moines, looped back on 235, and finally went. My dad's like, do not ever tell anybody this. So 10 years later, I'm telling everybody this. But yeah, we made a mistake and missed Central College. Well, let's see. Weights. We'll bump into weights because that kind of ties into your college. They got a pretty good weight program up there for you guys. They got a. Do you have your own weight room at Simpson, or do they have like a student one? Everybody uses the same one, or is there a separate one for athletes?
Yeah, they have like an upstairs, which is like for just like the general student population. Then they have an athletic one, which is like down below it.
Because their building is right by their football stadium.
Yeah, it looks out onto the football field.
Okay,
It's
all
pretty
right, I know
cool.
what you're talking about.
We got to use it once for anyone there for Simpson camp.
Yeah, the
Like,
Simpson
we
camp.
kinda-
Yeah.
We'll be going to Simpson Camp this year,
Mm-hmm.
July 26th, 27th.
Nice.
Take anybody on. Tried to go 24th, 25th. Told me that was 4A, 5A. I told him I didn't care, but for our safety, maybe we shouldn't go to that one.
I've
But
been telling you for a long time we need to put a 4A or 5A school on our.
we
on our- one
all
of
we
our
needed last
first
year for
weeks.
JV was a 5A, and we had every class.
Yeah.
I mean, literally we played 8-man. So
Yeah.
I talked to Turney, Trenton.
Yeah.
I guess he's going to be the header at East Mills now.
Oh yeah.
So I told him if we need a JV game, we'll give him a call.
Yep.
They'll play East Mills. Yeah, we'll play in junior high too. But anyways, what's baseball workouts look like compared to, here we always preach the total athlete, full body movements, not trying to specialize in anything. Do you think that your baseball workouts were specialized, or do you think they were more of the general athlete?
I felt like position players had different than like catchers, and then catchers had different than pitchers and stuff. So, but for like outfield wise, for conditioning, we do conditioning before we'd have our lift. So we did, a lot of sprints, jumping, change of direction stuff, bounds, and then like skipping and marching. And then for the lift wise, we did a lot of squats that like involve your core, so like front squat, goblet squat, split squat. And then for upper body, we did barbell bench, dumbbell bench, pull-ups with varied grip, a lot of single arm stuff to like isolate, like rows I know is a big one.
Because then you're getting that movement, hips.
Hip separation stuff. And then like heavy bicep and tricep movements to help strengthen your arm.
What kind of sets were you doing then? Were you doing more like strength endurance?
We'd go through so our phases were like 3 to 4 weeks. So we'd start out, just doing 3x12, 4x12, 4x10 high stuff, and then work into the 2x or 2x5, 3x3. So.
Do they let? I guess that made me think of we've got a lot of kids here that like to do their own thing, their own workouts. Would you ever ask your college coach, can I just do my own workout?
No, I would never ask that, but on like the weekends, that night after that lift, I'd go do extra stuff. I'd be in the weight room till, 9:30.
Is that the best part about college? You just like swipe your card, go in the weight room, hang out. Or did they have a shutdown time, or could you go 24-hour?
I mean, it's open till midnight, so
Oh, that ain't bad.
I just the facility's open till midnight, but I think the weight room's supposed to close at like 9:30, 10. But I think the people that are supposed to shut it don't really shut it, so you can find a way usually.
They're just not there anymore.
Yeah.
Game days, you guys get after it for lifting, or do you guys taper that off?
We do like a thing called a primer on game days, which is just like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. You know, we take like bands and stuff, medicine balls, and then just do a lot of like just stuff to get your whole body warmed up. I wouldn't say really lifting, but just doing some body weight stuff to get your body warmed up.
So just staying moving.
Yeah.
Getting everything woke up for the game. How early was that compared to the game then?
It would probably be about an hour 15 before the game.
So almost like high school, 'cause you guys did band activation and stuff
Yeah.
in high school. Do you think it was pretty comparable to I mean, like with high school, it's kind of separated. You're lifting and baseball. You don't have baseball lifts, right? But do you think your high school experience is similar to your college experience for baseball, other than the crazy amount of hours?
I would say, I think it's really different actually. You know, like the competition wise, like you're playing, everyone is like the best.
Was the dude on their
was
team.
the dude on their team, kind of. So, I mean, it's a lot more like offensive and defensive phase. Like you focus on like bunting and stuff a lot more. In like high school, you can kind of just go out there and just swing and get a hit. Just get a hit. But in college, you know, you really have to have like a mental approach. If you don't have one, then it's kind of challenging.
Well, and you're spending. I mean, you're like you said, 4 or 5 hour practices. Like, I mean, you're taking huge chunks of here. You're just bunting right now. Here, you're just working on this aspect.
You're not bunting for 10 minutes at
Yeah.
station. You're bunting for 30 minutes
Yeah, and working on
to perfect it.
perfection of it. Oh yeah, I can see that. Did you see your body? I mean, you're playing baseball year round now. Do you see your body was in rougher shape playing just baseball, or like rougher in high school where you were playing numerous different sports and having to adjust everything all the time? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd say I was definitely in like better shape when I was doing multiple things, just because it'd give my body a rest, almost like for a certain period of time. When you're doing baseball almost year round in college, you know, it takes such a toll on like your arm that you're using every day to throw, or like your core, just because you're taking so many swings. Even your hands, like
I'll just
yeah,
catch and fly ball. Just playing catch. I mean,
some of those dudes throw so hard.
and you got the jerk that like you throw it hard one time, then it's just back and
Start
forth.
throwing
It's like,
fastballs, pull downs from 20 feet away. Yeah.
Get the deep throw.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, other than like the aspect of like the work. I mean, the workload is so much different in college than high school, because there's just, I mean, it's a job. So I mean, playing against the caliber of athletes is probably the biggest, like you said, the biggest adjustment. Because practice, you're probably gaining as much knowledge and practice as you would in a game.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's just the quality of athletes. And you guys had a varsity and JV schedule, correct?
Yeah, it was a 40-game varsity schedule, and then I think we ended up playing 20 games JV.
It's not bad. 60 games total.
Yeah, and I traveled every single one, so.
How's the travel in college? You guys stay, well, you go for 3 days, right?
Yeah, so we'd go Friday night. Actually, we'd go like Friday afternoon, play game Friday night, and then play a double on Saturday. And then go home Saturday night, yeah.
So you get one night.
Yeah, one night.
And then you went to Florida though for spring break.
25-hour bus ride.
Did you stop and play on the way?
No, I think we left Friday morning at 8:30 or 9 from Indianola. You know, we drive straight through, change bus drivers twice. We get into Orlando at about, I don't know, 10.
The next day.
10, 11 the next day. And then
we play at noon.
We play a game at 12:31.
That day?
Yeah, that day.
So like
Straight
3
off the
hours
bus.
later?
We didn't even go to our place we're staying at. We got straight off the bus and played. We won that game 17-2.
Jeez.
That was the best game I played all season.
Like maybe we should do that all
Just
the
because
time.
I wasn't thinking about the game. Like, baseball's such a mental sport. You know, if you just think about it too much, it just messes you up so much. But I think my mind was just so tired, just like, I want to go to bed.
Oh, yeah.
But then I was like, I got to play a baseball game.
So you had no room to think.
I had no room
Let's
to
hurry up
think.
and
I
kick
just
the
went out
crap
there
out
and
of this
played.
team and get out of here.
And that's kind of how it was. like in high school, like you just go out there and play with your friends that you've been playing with since you were,
Yeah.
9, 10 years old. But in college, it's a different group of guys. You have to build that chemistry.
Yep.
So that takes time.
Yeah, because I mean, you wouldn't think it because you're playing like for you outfield.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got so many big plot of grass to cover. 3 guys should be able to cover it easily, but knowing he can cover this much ground, I can cover this much ground. The communication, what they're used to. It probably takes a lot to get used to playing new instead of learning the game together, like you guys did in 2nd grade or whatever.
Right.
When you started playing baseball and Grandpa's pushing Grandma over the pitcher's mound.
Did you stay in
that's it.
center, or did they move you to?
I played everywhere. I played in center, left, and right. I played left most of the time. But
I should have added that into my intro.
Should have.
Landon Cows has the 2 greatest stories I've ever heard in my life, but we won't get into them. It's a long story, so if you ever want to hear about them, Landon will tell you. Funniest thing I've ever heard in my life and the greatest story I've ever heard in my life. You can talk to him about them. Yeah, so baseball, we were going to have a little wrestling baseball little competition here. What you heard from him, what do you compare that to, like one of your wrestling workouts that you guys do? I feel like it's kind of, it's different sports, right? You need more endurance for a long period of time, but I feel like baseball, you have to have high endurance in baseball because just standing out in the sun is going to beat you down, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, there's the ball, and you got to try and run it down after standing there for 2 batters, 4 or 5 batters, and not doing anything.
Well, you can almost relate that, not really, but you can almost relate that to like a wrestling match. You sit in a tournament all day and you wait like an hour, like especially like what is it, Kansas City. You sit around it was actually went pretty quick this year, which was nice. But you sit around for like an hour, maybe hour and a half, and then you got to get up and like 15 minutes before, you got to you're trying to figure out how many matches away can I get warmed up in time. And so then you have to go get warmed up and then go to this match, but then going back and just sitting down, and then you're like, it's just, so it's like the same
him going
thing,
back
right?
in the dugout and sitting down.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like, switching back, maybe think when you said get up and warm up, and you ever feel like when you're in the outfield, like, damn, I need to move. I haven't moved from this spot. Like, would it look weird if I started doing a couple sprints quick, or
I just start pacing, just start
just
walking
always
back and
moving.
forth. Yeah.
Okay. But then I always thought about that. Like, that guy just stood there for. This team's just getting cracked on, and he's been out there for 6 batters. There's been a pitching change, and he stood in the same spot. Like, how is he not moving?
Because you hope it's not the other way, where you're just running into the gap, chasing balls,
Yeah,
and
all day
getting
long.
tired and be like, hey, I just need a break.
Yeah, so that'd be like a long wrestling match, But okay, so the weights aspect of it, what are you doing? What did you do wrestling wise? We can even do it football wise. What you guys are doing now for PV?
So
you got your workout now, didn't you?
Yeah, so they haven't posted anything yet because I don't think it starts till next month. But the biggest thing I could say with wrestling is I feel like in high school, if you're cutting weight, it's a full-time job. Because you have to be at the morning runs, and you've got to be at practice, and there's methods of cutting weight. Like I was telling Landon the other day, I was like, I'd chug a gallon of water by 10 o'clock in the morning, because then I'd pee off the 8 pounds, which is the gallon, and then I'd pee off 1 or 2 more pounds, and then I might eat a little lunch and then go to practice and lose more. So it's just
Losing
ways
what you
to
just
get
ate.
down. Yeah, so it's just finding it's a full-time job. And then for us lifting wise, that's out the window. I was talking to Ruskell the other day. I was like, if you go into if you put me in the weight room during wrestling season and had me bench 135 for 5 times, I probably wouldn't be able to do it. But if you take me out into the wrestling room or take me out to the track and have me do a 4-mile run, I can knock that out. Because we have the lung capacity and the ability to just keep our body moving, but we don't have the capacity for the strength aspect. Most wrestlers are way weaker when they're in wrestling season than outside of it.
So what do you think? What needs to be done in the preseason for preparing you for that? Because if you can't, you're losing all your muscle if you're not lifting, right? And then you're not eating enough per se. I'm not going to say not eating right, because
Right.
a lot of wrestlers do eat right. They just can't eat as much.
Right.
What do you do to prepare then for the season? It's like, do you do tons of strength and endurance? Like him, the 4x15s, because you're trying to build that muscle, but you're also trying to build that endurance too. So you almost got to do 75-80% at that 4x15, 4x12 set combo.
Well, like preseason, I'm sure a lot of all wrestling programs, you do like a whole preseason routine. Like us, Monday workout. Tuesday we do like a circuit, some sort of.
You guys are more circuit based, aren't you?
Yeah, and then we do like Wednesday we'll do some other circuit, and then we'll do like the Murph, which is the mile, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, then another mile, and then we'll do like we have the 4-mile brick run, and we do Murph every Monday to keep the conditioning up, and we'll do we run for 5 minutes every practice just to get warmed up into it. So but like preseason wise, you come out of football, especially in high school, you come out of football, so you're pretty strong. You're usually at your strongest because you have that time to lift in the mornings. But if you can get the strength up and you can and then it kind of brings you back down to like a good base. So it'd just be in the preseason lifting as hard as you can, and then
build that up.
Yeah, so you can build a little bit above your max, and then you'll come back down to that strong point.
Makes sense. For college-wise, injury prevention, how's their training then for you for that? I mean, you kind of had some knee issues in high school, leg, hamstring. Maybe you're wowing like a freaking ball of rubber ball bands. I don't know. There's probably a better analogy.
Mine like a top.
I just butchered the hell out of it, but you know what I mean. So how is the injury then prevention for you?
So, as a baseball team of 55 guys, we had one AT. I think they have 5 on the staff, and then like 1 or 2. So we had like another one that would like help if needed with our team. So the AT would send out like a schedule of just times where you could sign up, and she was at I think almost every game.
Nice.
Like she went with us to Florida too, so we always had an AT on hand.
Athletic trainer for those that don't know the lingo. Baz is confused. That's what I said.
No, I knew exactly what was going on. I got to get ready to see him all the time now. So
I really didn't have. I only had to go see her once for a hamstring issue. So other than that, though, I think they did a great job of caring for the team and
Good. That's a
getting everyone in.
Good athletic trainer can save a program. I mean, we're blessed. I think we've only had 2 knee injuries the last 2 years. So I mean, we're good with Dr. Kaus and Dr. Schmecky. Now both Doc's kids are gone, so I don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe we get Weston out for football now.
Gonna have to.
I got a question. What do you think about in the outfield? Like, you got songs in your head that you just know,
That's
or
a
like
brilliant
what are
question.
you thinking about?
You think about everything. They go through like.
You ever yell over to left field like check out the girl in row 2?
I got a girlfriend. So
Oh yeah, you got a
Yeah,
girlfriend. My bad. I forgot. You had a girl.
she's gonna have to listen to this because I just shouted her out. But no, I mean,
That's right.
I think it's pouring out. No.
Good thing we're in here.
No, but I mean, it's just with baseball being such a just mental sport. I mean, you can either beat yourself down or have positive self-talk to pick yourself up. So, I think that's been the biggest learning curve for me. Is just like, if you strike out in at bat, and then you have to go out in the field, just like not cussing in your glove or not just like telling yourself all these bad things, but picking yourself up, just flushing it right away and then
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
Well, hopefully you're communicating with your other
Right.
outfielders,
And that
infielders,
just
or
get your
talking
mind
about
off
cuts.
it. Yeah, just getting your mind off it by just BS and joking around with the other guys on the field.
Walk up song? Did they get you a walk up song?
I did have a walk-up song. I don't know who the artist is, but it's called Buzzin'. It's a good one.
Should go with the AOK
It's
list.
Oh, the Phillies have so many good
I know the Phillies tear it up with the walk-up songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We'll have to you guys, we'll pop it on the screen so you can see, and then you can check it out yourself. I don't know about the copyright rules here. we better not push play.
Joe Rogan can't play songs. We probably should.
Yeah.
Our legal department's not that big.
Yeah.
Or that well paid.
Well, that kind of leads perfectly into the kind of the last two topics. I had motivation and books. Books wise, because I know you've read. I've given you a couple books, and we've talked books numerous times about what to read and different topics, and then also motivation because it works out perfectly with Baz here because it's almost the same as Dawson. The motivation that you guys all have to get up and continue to work. Breakfast Club guys, what keeps you motivated?
So do you want me to like go with books and then tie that into motivation?
Yeah, you can. However you want. I think we can tie it all together. Books and motivation. If you know what you read to motivate you, what you do personally to motivate yourselves. All motivation. I feel.
All right. So books. I mean, just to start it off, I think one of the first books I probably read when I started taking reading seriously was "Can't Hurt Me" by Goggins.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for anyone listening to this, I recommend that book.
Just not before bed.
Oh, I read it for bed every night.
You
wouldn't sleep.
Would you sit there for like an
You
hour?
would not sleep. You'd sit there, contemplate going for a 10-mile run, going to lift.
Looking at the wall, like I could run through that wall right now.
I could run through that wall. But that book changed my life. It taught me so many life lessons, and I recommend that book for anyone. But as of right now, I just got Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He was a Roman Empire and philosopher, so I haven't started it yet, but I can't wait to start reading it because I'm sure it's just going to teach me even more knowledge about that just he had. And he was a wise person, so.
Is that kind of the genres you kind of stick with?
Yeah, I like listening to like the philosophy, like just mental books, just stuff that you can just level up your life with, kind of.
Because I always say I don't like to call them self-help books.
I don't
either.
either.
People call them that. I mean, that's what section you're going to go find them in at the
Right.
bookstore. But really, like the motivation, the philosophy books, like you are helping yourself, but you're picking 5 things out of a book.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not taking everything. I've read so many books that I'm just like, this is dumb. Like, why is this in this book? And then the next paragraph, I'm like, that is brilliant. Like, I never thought of that. So yeah, I kind of see that. Do you have a goal for books you read in a year?
I think the other year I had 12 or 13, which is just about one every month. But I kind of fell off going to college with it. I started off first semester reading a lot, but then I kind of fell off second semester. So I think like a goal for next year is just going to be to get a book a month again, try and get to that. So.
Because remember, if you're reading, you're learning more than the people your age because they're sitting still just studying what they're supposed to study. Even if you read books on, that's what my professor always told me is like find other people that write books about the same topic. Because I mean, we had his textbook in college. It's like, and he's telling me don't just rely on my textbook, rely on others too, and expand your stuff. Baz, you still reading big?
I'm a guy that gets like halfway into a book and then I randomly just fall off. So like It Can't Hurt Me, I'm like probably a third through the book and I haven't opened it up since. And then that second one he came out with, I'm like probably a third into that one and then I just forgot about it. I don't know. I should read more. I'm more of a podcast guy, being on the mower all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I'll listen to Joe Rogan podcasts, so I got a bunch of conspiracy theories running around in my head all the time. But
Rogan's the best podcaster
Oh.
because he'll give you a 6-hour podcast. He'll give you a 3. It just matters who's there, what they're talking about. But it's perfect, like work, road trips, like everything. Like
yeah,
Rogan's the best.
I've learned so much.
Second best
Yeah.
podcast behind Cherry Coke with Coach.
Right. I've learned so much from listening to that podcast.
yeah.
Just because he brings so many just knowledgeable people on there.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
the
so many
top.
different people, like
Mhm.
from comedians to I mean, Peterson, whatever his first name is. I mean, they get so many different genres on there.
Gotta listen to the Joey Diaz one.
Dude,
That
he's
is
hilarious.
a great one.
Have you ever seen his podcast, Joey Diaz? I don't know what it's called.
I didn't know
but-
he had one.
Oh, dude, it's it's pretty rough.
I wanted to make my alarm the Joey Diaz when he starts playing the American anthem.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
And then he goes,
The check-in. That's what it's
Ooh,
called.
Check it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Yeah, we have to give it a listen.
What were you saying, sorry?
I listened to the other day I was on the mower listening to it was a debate between Graham Hancock and another guy. I can't remember his name. He was I think he dug up like fossils or whatever those people are called.
Right there.
But they were debating if there was a lost civilization that was like as smart as we were because of like how the pyramids were built and stuff like that. Graham Hancock believes that there's like a civilization that was lost somehow and like all their stuff had been lost. So
Flint Dibble? Is that something?
yeah, Flint Dibble, yeah.
Yeah, he had Eddie Bravo on that one time, and I mean, I think he's been on a couple of times, but he was talking about flat Earth.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just insane. Like, how do you like? And people actually think this stuff.
Oh, it's crazy.
But like Rogan always gets the best ones on there, and like it doesn't matter if he agrees or disagrees; they're going to have a good conversation. Unless it's usually the people that come at him the wrong way or do something crazy. Otherwise, Rogan talk to anybody.
Well,
I mean, that's the way I like it.
That's the best part with listening to his podcast. Like when they did that debate, they got heated at a point, and then Graham Hancock stopped talking, calmed down, collected himself, and then they started going again. Then they like took a bathroom break so they could get collected and go back to their research a little bit. And it was like an actually really good debate. And then like also with him, like you don't even know his political views because if he has a right wing person on, he'll ask them questions against their narrative, but if he has a left-wing person on, he does the same exact thing.
Yeah, he does
because
his
he
research.
wants the information.
Yeah.
That's his biggest thing. He was talking about to somebody that was asking him, how do you be a good interviewer in a podcast? And it was like, ask them questions. You're on the podcast to get information from these people.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's why.
You're not there just to talk at him. You're there
Right.
to pull stuff from him.
Right.
That's why he's probably one of the most influential people,
Definitely.
in my opinion. Because I mean, he can make people do some crazy stuff, probably.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Just the variety he gets is
Yeah.
like you can listen to him and a bunch of comics and just be hilarious stories, and you can have some ex-CIA guy on there, or
Yeah.
they'll have
Variety.
some like a singer and they'll talk music.
Football players have been on.
Yeah.
MMA is my favorite one.
Yeah.
He talks to the MMA and like the
Guys.
Navy SEALs.
Yeah, dude. What's his face? Jocko. He's got a good
Mhm.
podcast.
Yeah,
He
yeah, he does.
Listen to
gets
that
after it
before.
pretty good.
I've listened to a financial podcast before. It's like I think the guy.
Definitely not Bowman tomorrow.
It was good. It was actually really good. I started listening to it like the middle of mowing season last year.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to like expand my knowledge on like financial stuff. So I don't know. That's my thing is podcasts more than books because I've never been a big reader, but I'd like to get into it more because just this. If I'm bored and I need something to do, like read. Don't just sit and forever scroll on TikTok. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Future investor in the Pooper app.
Right there.
Yeah.
Cooper app. Or my Baton app.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, because I try and read about 30 books a year. Try and get as much knowledge as I can. I got my 3 topics I do every year and research majority of that. My wife, she always tries to say that listening to books on tape count as reading.
I don't.
I say it doesn't
It's so
count.
much different. I think it can count, but it's just so much
You
different.
better put that in another column then.
It's just so much
Did you
different.
read it
though.
or did you listen?
See, that's
I mean,
another thing that Joe Rogan said is he'll listen. He does so much that he's gone away from reading and he'll listen to it. So he'll listen to it when he's in the sauna, he'll listen to it when he's in the cold
Yeah.
plunge.
And there's absolutely benefits to
Yeah.
listening to it. I think listening to a book on tape compared to a podcast, you get a little more invested in it. Book on tape, like if there's some walls in it, like you kind of just
Right.
give up. I forget that I'm listening. So, but if I'm actually holding the book, I don't even like Kindles or whatever. I have to have the actual book because it's just.
Do you highlight or underline? Or
Oh yeah,
take
my
notes?
books are just covered in sticky notes and highlight and it's.
Some guy I have like $30 and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. This social studies teacher, like George Washington book.
Yep.
I like read the prologue, first chapter, and like it sat there for 2 months.
See, and that's another thing. If I start a book, I have to finish it. Like I will not be like, oh, this book is stupid. Like if I hate it, it's the worst book I ever read. I'm still finishing it because I want it to count. Like I want it to count towards my book. I had an app that you type in what books you read and they keep track for you and everything and give you warnings if you're not getting to your goal enough. Every single book I read was not on there. like they didn't have any of the Goggins books on there or anything. So I'm like, well, this is no good for me. My wife's over there like, all my books are on there because she reads these like thrillers and stuff like that.
It's like in elementary school, they had like SRS, where you get like points for reading. You can take a test. Like,
Yeah.
I just read that book for nothing. I can't get points.
I've read my books for Pizza Hut, man.
Yeah.
Get that free
Bucket
first
box
edition. Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
I got one Pizza Hut pizza ever.
Yeah.
I read enough books to get one, and I was like, I'm done.
I'm good.
I'm never doing this again.
I don't need to read anymore. Yeah, it's I don't know. How's your coach for motivation wise? Baseball coach, is he a big motivating guy, or is he just kind of a
I wouldn't say he's a big voter.
just kind of a coach?
Yeah.
And there's all kind of they're all different. I mean, you got
Yeah,
the-
every
You'll
coach
put
has
me
a
through a
different
wall.
coaching style.
Yeah.
I've had a couple good ones. Next year I got my for football we're doing theme songs every game, so it's not gonna be the same one that we had this past year. We're gonna have a different song, like play my theme music. It's good music.
Give me my theme music, Dion.
Every game. That's how I'm stealing it from. You know, trying to get those clicks. You hear all those people talking about Dion, like he's a horrible coach. All he does is worry about clicks and all this stuff. Like the guys that he's going to the transfer portal. Like he told people straight up, like, go to the portal. Like you're trash. Go to the portal. Like I think it's gonna turn in. It's not gonna be a good situation in Colorado pretty soon. All right. Well, you guys got any topics, current event wise? Anything you want to discuss? Baz couldn't do any research because he just got pulled in here.
I still have
Hour
my
and a half
lifting
ago.
shoes on and my knee sleeves. I was getting ready to do some.
Well,
Hopefully your windows are up.
Did you even hear the
Dude,
top?
I've been thinking about that. I don't think my windows are up.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they-
Your passenger one definitely was because we were yelling at each
Yeah.
other when we got here. So
I
your
think
window
I
was
think
down.
I might be done.
You might be all right. No, it was up.
It was up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was up because I could barely hear you. So it matters if your driver's side is down. Well, Baz, you weren't filled in on the event on the top 5 this week, so I can give you a piece of paper and you can quickly write 5 down while
So I can think about it.
So was it all
zip through.
time or
Get a pen.
current? Because I did current stuff.
like what you want to go to.
Yeah.
So our top 5 this week is top 5 events that you would like to go to. So it'd be like, like you want to go to the World Series, you want to go to the Super Bowl. It could be like I want to go to what's that festival out in the desert?
Burning Man.
Burning Man. I want to go to Burning Man. So it's like different events
Or
like
like
that.
Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella or like something you would want to go.
So
see.
this is like not sports specific.
It doesn't have to be. It
Okay.
can be anything. I have a couple that aren't sports specific because I'm kind of cultured, you know. I've been out in the world. I've seen an art museum before.
That's 3.5 sessions.
I shared a hotel room with Kurt Adams this weekend. So
You got culture.
I am
Oh, that's
very
great.
cultured.
That's great.
I
right there.
was about to walk in with a pen and paper and just throw it down and be like, art contest now. But I decided not to because I didn't want to lose. So we're going to do top 5 events that you would like to go to. So I'll go ahead and give her a start. We'll have Baz go last so he can continue to work on his list there. He should probably go 5 to 1. Might help a little better. My honorable mention is I would want to go to a Philadelphia anything or Mizzou championship game or parade. I love all Philly sports, and Mizzou's my college team, so being able to go to watch them win the championship and also go to the parade and a couple days later would be pretty amazing. My number 5 is I've always wanted to go to the Heisman presentation. I wanted to go to New York Sports Club, and I think rubbing elbows with all those ex-Heisman winners, the current Heisman Trophy candidates, plus the coaches of those guys, and just the people that are there. Maybe like, punch Kirk Herbstreit in the face or something. Just something fun like that. But I think the Heisman presentation would be fun to go to. That's my number 5.
So my honorable mentions, I have the Rose Bowl / college football playoffs. It'd be better if like a team I didn't mind was in it. My other honorable mention is the Running of the Bulls.
I thought
Not
about
Chicago,
that.
but in Spain. And I'm not sure about participating in it, but heck, even watching it would be pretty
there.
cool just to be there and there. So that's my honorable mentions. My 5th one is not sports related at all. I'm like to listen to country music. So they have like a CMA Fest that's in Nashville every summer. That they have like concerts with just everybody plays it for like a week long. Where the Titans play. And if I wasn't a baseball coach and had the money, that would be on my list. So CMA Fest in Nashville. is my number 5.
I've been to the Grand Ole Opry. That was pretty gnarly.
So my honorable mention that I just wrote down actually would be a Penn State Michigan whiteout game.
That would be pretty gnarly.
That I saw a clip of it was Michigan played there a couple years ago and they had to call a timeout because they couldn't hear
It was the
play call.
first play of the
so
game.
loud.
It was the first play of the game.
Like that would just be insane.
Dude, it
just
was
to be there.
Yeah, and it's got to be at the night game too.
It has to be a night game.
That whiteout is
Yep.
amazing.
And then my 5 is any MMA belt fight.
I'm
I thought about that. I thought about
I-
Conor McGregor fight.
yeah.
June 29th. McGregor versus Michael Chandler. Yeah.
Better go to that than
Oh, I'm gonna.
Tyson Paul.
It's gonna be at like 2 a.m. too, isn't it?
I think so because they're
I'm gonna
fighting
be up watching.
overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be up watching it.
That's the best part about watching some of those, like the World Cup. You gotta watch some of those games at like 1 in the morning. Still watching it. Baz, you got a list?
That was like Spencer Lee wrestled at like 12 o'clock at night
The
to
Olympics.
qualify. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like, well, we're gonna watch it.
I've got a list. I've got no honorable mentions.
Yeah, we don't have to have. Maybe,
Am I going right through it?
yeah, go. Oh, number 5.
Okay, so
We'll go
number
one at a
5,
time.
Iowa-Nebraska duel. That's like if you're an Iowa fan, Nebraska fan, you got to see it once in your life. The wrestling duel. I mean, it's kind of been lopsided recently, but it's still a very competitive duel because they know what's at stake.
Yeah, so we got
So,
a little more
yeah.
adrenaline going. All right, Nebraska. My number 4, Kifley kind of already stole it. I had the Rose Bowl. I don't care who's in the game. My goal in life is to see all the college football stadiums, Division I football stadiums before I die. I'm at like 40 or something like that. But I just want to see that. I mean, experience the Rose Bowl. That stadium's pretty gnarly. So Rose Bowl's my number 4.
So my number 4 is takes place in big stadiums sometimes, and it's like the redheaded stepchild of Baz's wrestling. I think it'd be sweet to go to a WWE WrestleMania weekend. Like just once, preferably close, like at Minneapolis or
KC or something.
Yeah, so preferably close, just because it'll be a little cheaper. But
Indoor or outdoor? Which one do you prefer?
outdoor would be pretty sweet.
They just had it at the link.
Yep.
They wrestled there.
Yeah, I think they're going to Vegas next year where the Raiders play.
You can open that up.
But like inside it is like a dome would be kind of cool. But
Yeah.
I said too, and I'm well aware that it's predetermined and they're not really trying to kill him.
You can still bet on it.
Yeah, it's
You know that? You can
Just
bet
the
on,
whole
you can
spec-
bet on WWE. Absolutely.
Well,
you
it's, I guess because
you don't know
outside
until
people
after.
don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just the spectacle of it would be entertaining. So
Absolutely.
My number 4, I have the Boston Marathon. Because you have to just that you have to qualify for it.
yeah.
That just makes it
Yeah,
so much more.
and there's so many people that
intense.
qualify for it. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to see
And the guys that are finishing at the top,
the small lane guys.
yeah, they're
Just cooking.
insane.
I actually thought about a marathon on there, but I don't like watching distance runners. I like watching the fast guys. Maybe a 100 meter dash marathon. Put all of them at one time and just have them sprint, running people over.
Wait till you see.
Be like that guy from Dowling and Iowa City High,
yeah.
punch him in the back of the head.
Yeah, that was intense.
Baz
That
number
was-
4. That
This
was
That was last year, right?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
this is the Iowa boy coming out at me. All right, PBR championships in Vegas.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I
So-
got something similar to that coming up.
I watched The Ride on Amazon Prime, I think it is, and that's the team championships where the PBR makes teams and everything.
Yep.
They got all this going on, and I just like if my life goes sideways, that's probably a job I might get into because it's like those guys are just.
You
I mean,
can be
it's
a rodeo
sweet,
clown.
dude. I've thought about being a fighter, one of the
Yeah.
guys that helps
You
out.
can do it
but
at the
yeah,
fair in August.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like I just think it's like
I
I
don't
think
think
those
a
guys.
football coach would appreciate that.
I think those guys are just.
You can tackle the bull. You can tackle anyone else.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, run to with your head, right?
Yeah.
Life's short.
Yeah.
Now, PBR, that'd be kind of fun to go see. I've seen the smaller ones
Mhm.
here in Iowa,
Yep.
which are pretty decent size for a small town. But
Yeah.
big one would be pretty awesome. Number 3, my number 3. I'm getting outside the sports. I'm gonna go Barrett Jackson car auction. You can watch them on TV. Cars go for like $1 million. Like I doubt I'm gonna buy anything, but just to see all those old cool cars roll across, If I had the money, like, if I had just $1 million, it'd be kind of cool to go put like $300,000 down on one of those cars because they're just sweet. But just seeing them roll across the stage and just another one. Me and my dad used to watch it all the time on TV. So the Barrett Jackson car auction.
So my number 3 is like an extension of something I kind of attended. So I've been to a World Series game like outside the stadium. I went to Game 5 in Chicago when the Cubs were in it. Well, if it came to a Game 7, because Game 7 is just in the World Series, I want to go to like the game where someone wins. So I said World Series Game 7, preferably the Cubs are in it. And
Well, the
winning.
Cubs are never going to be in it again. So,
Well,
another
so if I had a time machine, I'm going back to when they did win it.
another 100 years.
Yeah, well, only 96 to go, 95 to go. So.
Well,
Would you have the same thing?
my number 3 is also Game 7 of a World Series. So, no specific team.
Who is your baseball team?
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Kansas City for everything. I don't watch soccer, but Sporting KC. I guess I'll cheer for them.
Might as well support them too, huh?
But
It would be kind of cool to go to a game.
a
seven.
Game 7 is just like, that's a dream.
My wife or Uncle Steve, they live out in Philly. They were at the Eagles game. The year they beat the Phillies beat the Yankees in the World Series. A buddy called him and said, "Hey, we can't come to the game. Like, do you want the tickets?" They're like, "Yeah, we're already down here." He's like, "All right, I'll have somebody get them for you." So he got the tickets to the World Series for free. Walked in the stadium, started walking down, and they just kept walking and walking. They were third row, first base. Like, first base was right there for a World Series game.
Those tickets are probably.
Just and they got it for free.
We paid $200 to have a reserve seat
At a bar.
in a bar across the street.
Yeah, it's insane.
It's like, yeah, we didn't have the thousands of dollars ready to go to
yeah,
get into the stadium.
yeah, that's crazy. Baz, what's your number 3?
I've got a Zach Bryan concert, but at Red Rocks, because
yeah.
like he
That's
came
right.
out with the album that he had at Red Rocks, and it was great. I mean, it's just like it's good music, good
Yeah.
good people. I mean, like I feel like if you're gonna go to any concert and like you're not gonna be with a bunch of people that are just gone off the wind. Like I feel like it'd be a Zach Bryan concert because people want to experience it.
Mhm.
People don't want to just be hammered and just there. They want to experience it because it's a good concert.
That's what one thing about country singers, they usually put on a good show.
Mhm.
Like, it's not about just going and getting drunk and whatever everybody else does at concerts.
Yeah.
It's about the actual show
And he-
they're putting on.
And he plays Revival at the end, and his fiddle player. I mean, he says it's the best fiddle player I know,
Can't
and
play
he
in Texas
rips.
unless you have a fiddle in the band.
He rips. So
That'd be all right. I haven't gone to concert lately. I need to get to another concert.
I'd see a Mayfest, but I was thinking like Red Rocks or some sweet amphitheater, like some kind of concert
Yeah.
out in nature would be cool.
I just went to Dustin Lynch's Stir Cove 2 weeks ago. It was a good one.
They had one, something Johnson.
Cody
Cody
Johnson.
Johnson.
He was
He was
just
in
in
Des Moines,
Moines, yeah.
yeah.
So we were at the end. They had like Suane asked probably like 10 times, "Who's playing here again tonight?" Like, "No Johnson," and like because all these hillbilly hicks are walking by.
Johnson, is he from Red Hat?
Guarantee 95% of the people I saw just bought their cowboy hat and their cowboy boots that day for that concert.
So annoying.
Dude, it's just like, that is definitely not a cowboy. That is definitely not a cowgirl. But yeah, fun to watch.
I feel bad for the dudes that do it for real. Like,
Yeah.
like
You
the
can
guys
see
that got
it.
real boots, real jeans.
Well, their
real
Wranglers are
cowboy hat.
faded. You
Yeah.
can see their chew can circle on their back pocket.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, they've had those pants for at least a month.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it was fun to see all those hicks walking around. Then you had a basketball tournament going on, the best of the Midwest or something like that, and then they had the state track meet, and then the Cody Johnson concert. So it was just
Packed.
like
That's just-
we only had a hotel room for the first 2 nights. We had to find another one, so that's why I ended up bunking up with Adams. But to get the hotel room, it was $362 a night. The cheapest one was like $220, because all 3 of those things were in town. I said, "You go ahead and go look for Monday. I guarantee that room's like $92."
Yeah.
But they can do that.
Right.
They actually, I probably should tell that story. My number 2, my number 2 is the Lumberjack World Championships. where they take those logs and chuck
Yeah.
them and axe throwing.
The great outdoor games.
Yeah, like how would that not be amazing to watch? Like those dudes shimmy up those poles and then they like cut the. Oh, dude, like it'd be amazing to watch. Run across logs.
Cutting the
Like,
logs
I don't
on
want to
their feet.
participate. Like maybe some of the stuff. But
You have
like,
this at 2?
like maybe like not running across the logs or anything like that. But I mean, I'll go cut down something really quick. But
Get Chase Rudder to go do it.
yeah, Rudder will do her. Find a squirrel, he'll hit it. But yeah, the Lumberjack World Championships would be my number 2.
That'd be on the Ocho.
Yeah.
So my number 2, if you would have told me this in high school that I'd want to go to this, I'd call you crazy. But as an adult, I've gotten into this sport more. The Masters weekend. So the Masters, just get me there Thursday. I'll just go the whole
Go.
thing.
But now it's a party at those things.
Yeah. So, well, the Phoenix Open would be fun, but just the Masters, it's just hard to get a ticket anyways. So just being there would be a blast. Hopefully someone that I like's in contention. You know, if I'm there when Tiger wins it, that'd be pretty sweet.
Be there when Scotty gets arrested.
Yeah. Hey, Scotty.
Good
I think
one.
it's great, dude.
That was hilarious.
It's great.
Entitlement. He doesn't go to jail
Yeah. So-
for long.
But my number 2 is the Masters.
Have you seen the waste management one?
Yeah.
On that one
That's the
hole,
Phoenix,
they
yeah.
always throw trash on
Yeah.
that hole.
Dude,
It's so funny.
Dude, I love that hole. Would be so much fun, but like brutal at the same time.
Oh, if you're golfing, it'd be
Yes, it
cool.
would be brutal. Like I'd hit somebody. Like I would hit somebody. You see the other day, some lady. I don't know if it was fake or not, but the ball landed on her lap, and they're like,
No, it did.
like
It
Rory
did.
McIlroy or whatever his name is. Like you got to play it where it lies. Like why doesn't this lady like when the ball's coming like roll and move out of the way? But it literally was sitting between her legs.
It bounced. I watched the video like earlier today. It bounced and I think as she went to move, it just landed right on her lap. Because they were all just like sitting there. Because you never really know where the ball is coming.
Yeah.
Like so, it just bounces. Because I mean, they're gonna yell 4, but that's 4 for the whole side.
Yeah.
And so it's like it bounced and it landed right in her lap. And I don't know if he actually hit it or not.
I don't know either. I just saw like him like line it up and laughing, and he's
Yeah, he's like, I can't do this.
like, he just had to like tap it out.
Because she had her legs crossed and it was sitting in the
Yeah,
crease.
it was like sitting like this, and the ball was like right there. Oh well.
All right. So my number 2 is a church service at the Mountain Chapel in South Carolina. Have you seen pictures of it? So it's like it's a chapel on on a hill, and in the backgrounds, it's just mountains.
It's the pretty place.
It is it's beautiful.
Oh damn! Look at that.
It's beautiful.
Right on the coast.
Yeah,
that's
it's beautiful.
Look at that one with the sunrise.
Yeah, it's
Does
just
that be east? Yeah, that'd be sunrise.
that's a dream. I
That
want
was-
It looks like a tropical place down there. Down one more to your left. One more to your left. There, that one. It
Yeah.
looks like tropical. That's pretty cool. Look at it, that view of for the top.
yeah.
Wonder how much a
it's-
wedding costs there. Probably 10 grand just to get.
You could probably
Oh,
get a girl
yeah.
to marry you there, just to marry there.
Oh,
yeah, and then it
yeah.
has the Bible verse like right on the pillars that.
Oh, it's not even water. That's hills.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Ah, the one looked
It
like
looks
water.
like-
Yeah.
Smoky Mountain.
That is gnarly. And they got like a Sunday
Even
service every Sunday there.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. There's like a youth camp that they have there.
That'd be kind of cool to see. They got this like in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It's the Golden Acre or something like that, and it's like all like it headstones from like 1700s, and you can barely read it. It's pretty cool. And then they have like a big like hut on top, and then it's layered down, and it's the mom and dad, all their kids, all their kids, all their kids. So it's like 5 generations
sweet.
all the way
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
It's
that's cool.
insane. It's in Winston-Salem.
And the
It
East
might not be
Coast
the
is
Golden
so
Mile.
the East Coast is so historical.
Yeah, I love the East Coast because of the old
God's Acre.
God's Acre. Because of the old like architecture stuff.
Mhm.
Like the West Coast is so new, but like the old brick buildings and
Yeah, they
stuff
still
is
have
so
the original
amazing.
buildings from way back.
Yeah, it's so awesome. But yeah, we just were driving by and they have like this old town, like with witches and stuff. Like they live like that.
Yeah.
And people do. And then like we just started walking, saw this cemetery, and like actually like 20 years old walking around a cemetery. Like you never thought we'd think that was cool.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff like that. Baz, what do you got? Number 2.
NCAA wrestling championships. They're having them in Kansas City this year.
I was just gonna ask. They move it every year, don't they?
Yep. So.
Because where was it this year?
Was it in Penn State?
Yeah. I
Over
think they
in
had it at Penn State.
State College.
State College, yeah.
Wrestling. All right. Well, my number 1 is the Army Navy game. The pageantry of the whole. I don't even care about the game. The game would be pretty cool too because they're just going to beat each other up for 4 quarters. But the pageantry involved with that game, just seeing all the military people there, I just think it'd be one of those moments where you get chills like walking into the place. I remember my dad said I took him to the Alabama game. He was in awe. He's like, I almost started crying because I feel like that would be the Army Navy game. Like you would just see it all, and you're just like, wow, this is amazing.
Because what's the famous line? It's the one game where everybody on the field is willing to give their life for everybody watching it.
Yep.
So I had it as an honorable mention, and I knew that game was special to you. That you'd probably talk about it, so I didn't want to like
Take my
have
number
us
1
talk
away.
about it in the honorable mention to take any thunder away. So mine's Super Bowl, preferably the Packers playing in it. So
Might
it'd be
happen.
awesome to go to one. Get a concert out of it at halftime. Hopefully it's someone decent. But just Super Bowl with the Packers playing would be number 1.
You should throw a couple bucks down on that. I think it's plus 1,500 for the Packers to win it all. They could do it, I think. I mean, they're not bad. Love's not bad. He's the new gunslinger for the Packers because they never can just get a normal quarterback. They got to get a guy that just chucks the ball all over the place. See what happens. So. Landon, what's your number 1?
I got the Summer Olympics as a number 1. It's, I mean, this summer in Paris, so.
Is there anywhere you'd want it to be?
The U.S.
Back in the U.S.
would be nice. They'd probably have it in Oregon, wouldn't they, if they had it?
I think they would have it. Yeah, they'd have to
Because
because all
in
the
that-
Nike stuff up
yeah.
there.
It's coming in 28, isn't it?
To what
32.
back to LA?
I think it's 32. It's in the U.S.
Because didn't they plan on having, or is that the Cup? They plan on having, like, they're building soccer.
That might be World Cup.
They're probably
It's
World
the
Cup.
World
there,
Cup.
yeah.
They're building soccer stadiums, like, all over, just to play, like, they're going to play all over the U.S. or something. I could be wrong.
It's
It's a
the-
host country, not a host city for the
Yeah.
World Games.
I just want to watch the track, like, side of
Oh,
it.
yeah, that'd be fun.
Just to watch all those world-class athletes.
I did have it on my sheet. I was going to put it in, but I couldn't fit it in. Bobsled event at the Winter Olympics. That'd be amazing just to sit along that track and like watch it zip by. Oh, dude, the ski jumping.
Yeah.
Oh.
Snowboarding, too.
Pretty much every event, but the one where the cross country skiing where they shoot. Like I
Yeah.
don't want to see somebody and then shoot and then ski.
They do that?
Yeah, they cross country.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
I
actually
didn't know
called.
that.
Like a little rifle.
Yeah, they take a rifle. It's like a 22 rifle, and they hit a target. Ping!
Have you seen them in the
Throw it on their back.
in the Olympics, like the Summer Olympics, them shooting? They're shooting like these little pellets.
Biathlon.
Yeah, they're shooting like these little pellets.
Yeah,
out of
that's
these
it.
guns.
Yeah, and then they snow ski to the next spot.
What the heck? Yeah, those are like look at that setup. Look at that setup. You would never use that in real life.
But they can.
It's the most. They're like so accurate with those things. I've watched them. I watched like somebody hit an arrow into an arrow.
It's the Olympics are amazing, both winter and summer. But some of the events they have, it's like, are you kidding me? And we've talked about it before, how every year they talk about taking wrestling out. But you want to have ping pong and flag football, like come on, and biathlon, like come on. So yeah, I think the Olympics would be fun to go. I think me personally, I'd rather go watch the Winter Olympics. Some of those hockey would be fun to go watch, but the Summer Olympics, you got some pretty good stuff in there.
Gotta have synchronized swimming.
Guess I'm gonna have equestrian dressage.
Water polo, they like drown each other in water polo.
Weightlifting.
Weightlifting's pretty gnarly.
That's
That's
good.
one of the best.
Golf, football,
They have golf.
sailing.
I didn't even know they had golf.
Yeah, they got golf. That's a new
That's
one too.
recently
After
added.
listening to a lot of Joe Rogan podcasts, Taekwondo, that'd be a cool one to watch.
And that's just the striking. Have you ever watched fencing? Is that during this? Yeah,
Yeah.
fencing's kind of cool to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just get those weird events. I don't know if you've heard this, but I've heard rumblings throughout the state. People were talking about it. Girls flag football at the high school level.
So at the NFL draft, they like kind of talked about it some too. It's weird.
So it'll be a spring sport, was what I've been hearing, but girls flag football. High school, girls flag football.
We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why you're adding another sport. Like, there's already plenty of spring sports.
Just get rid of 1A schools at this point. Just make them all go. Just make us all drive to LC so we can actually have these sports.
Yeah, just
Like-
combine everybody. Might as well just make a county school and
Exactly.
we can just be Montgomery County High School and call it
Like-
good. I mean, that's what Georgia and stuff does now. I mean, the bigger states, they just make county schools for their more rural schools. I mean, they're all go to one school. I mean, there's no reason Stanton should be over here. But all right, Baz, what's your number one?
Olympic wrestling, okay? Specifically when it's like a storm for the US to win it. Just cuz like when you get like just a bunch of dudes like they had in whenever that was, 21 I think it was, when they had that perfect storm, they had Stevenson and all those guys. It was like we knew we were going to win, so
Yeah, you want the US beat the Russians. That's what you're saying.
always. The white flags at this point, they have to wrestle under the white flag because they're all doping.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody knows it. Jordan Burroughs talked about it on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was like, we know that they're doping, but we can't do anything about it because they're testing us how they're supposed to be, and they're not testing them over there.
Oh
So,
yeah, oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's Russia, man.
But-
Everything's done just a little bit different over there.
but as long as the U.S. is winning, I'm fine.
No, well, it sounds like Kip didn't have Olympics on there.
I thought about it. I had the World Cup, possibly.
No,
No, we're not big.
We're not a soccer podcast here.
I'd go more for the atmosphere than the game.
Yeah, when I worked in North Carolina, my boss Braulio Libreo, he was from Brazil, and told me that he was going to take me to the World Cup, but I ended up moving back here, and he also told me he was going to take me to meet the Gracies because that's who his childhood friends were, the Gracie brothers. Yeah.
Well,
Had a
we
picture of with him on his desk and everything.
we can't lie about the fact that soccer is the most popular sport in the
Yeah.
world, apparently.
And it is,
Which-
but it is the sport that kids get injured the most in.
I can't stand it. I used to play it, and I played goalkeeper because I was legit too aggressive to play defense. Like, even defense, I would get, like, yelled at and stuff like that for tripping guys and stuff. So I had to play goalkeeper, and because I could be
Still
more,
trip people.
I could be more aggressive. I could trip people. I could push people. So,
Good
but
old
I just
soccer.
I couldn't stand watching people flop. That's why I had to get out
Get
of
out
it.
of it. So you went to golf.
He removed himself
Yeah.
from the situation.
Yep, I had to.
He's growing up on us.
Yeah, I didn't hit under like a 60 this year in golf, so I think I should have pulled an all-nighter so I wouldn't think about it as much. 'Cause
Dude, you gotta learn from him. You should have just went driving around
I
for a
should've,
couple few
dude,
hours
I
and see
don't
what
know.
shakes
It
out.
was just do good for the first 2 holes and then decide to hit a couple into the trees and tee off and think your ball's still on the fairway or on the rough and it's gone down the street.
Hit that provisional.
So
Yeah, that's what I say about golf and bowling. They're love-hate sports.
went bowling the other night.
Yeah. Grandma
One-
beat you.
137 and 114.
Grandma's clapping on you, dude.
Oh, dude.
Dad's grandma's a legend bowler.
Dude, I was hitting with a house ball though, so
Oh, yeah,
come
yeah.
on now, you
I
gotta
just-
give it to me.
Yeah, I went to bowl. I'm like, I ain't using house ball,
Oh,
house
dude,
shoes.
it's
You kidding me?
terrible, dude.
Yeah, I'm above that. I'm above that.
It's terrible. I was hitting my mark every time, and it wasn't giving it to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't have my tape thumb or my thumb
Oh.
tape, my wrist tape, and my sleeve.
I go back and forth when I start.
Much
I'm
bowling
rosin, and then when I finish, I'm usually to baby powder.
Oh yeah, I got rosin. I got my rosin ball that I play with.
What arm
Yeah.
sleeve you got?
I got a left one.
What design though?
Oh, I got the Tommy Copper, or whatever it is.
Oh,
You gotta
I'm old. I need that
copper
extra
fit?
stuff. Yeah, the copper fit.
You get
Yeah.
one of the like the AAU basketball tournament sleeves,
With all the
like
weird stuff.
Ice in my
the
baby.
tattoo one.
Yeah,
The tattoo one.
There's a couple guys that
He's
have
got
it.
the copper fit from the Walmart as seen on TV.
Absolutely, that's what I got.
Brett
Good
Favre.
straight black. Yeah. Should be wearing them on my
Whatever it
knees
is.
too.
And he
we
puts
figured
the
done.
Shaquille O'Neal icy hot on.
No icy hot. No, I use cream of Jesus.
Yep.
Cream of Jesus. That's
She
the good
winning.
stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You know, it's bowling. It's a contact sport. So Well, thank you for listening to another episode. Baz, thank you for sliding in here.
Yep.
And Landon, good to see you. Welcome back. I'm sure we'll try and sneak you on here again. You're working around here this summer, right?
Yep, me and Baz.
Mowing
Yards.
mowing. Well, I'll be mowing.
Professionals.
I'll be mowing as well. So we might
City rivals.
be seeing each other out on the greens. So vroom vroom, you know. We want to have a wheelie contest.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I'll ride one on the city block.
I'll do it.
No roll bars either. Got to be a man about it.
Hey, we can't do anything about it at Bungie, all right? All right, that's not fair.
Safety vest.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
safety
Hard
vest,
hats.
hard hat. Got to wear the headphones where they're around the front.
Oh,
Look like
yeah.
a Dorcas.
Hey, I told you when I mowed in Ames, we were mowing and a guy pulled over and yelled at me because I wasn't wearing a mask. This was during COVID summer. And he's like, "You need to put a mask on." I'm like, "I'm mowing." Like I was mowing by Home Depot. Like
Nobody?
by nobody. Like, are you kidding me? The guy drove out of his way to tell me to put a mask on.
The only people that get within 6 feet of you while you're mowing is the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
I've never, or like, okay, maybe like a customer. I'll say a customer because sometimes they do want to come up and talk to you and like ask you about something in the yard.
Yeah.
But other than that, you rarely ever get somebody to get within 6 feet, probably 12 feet because it's loud.
Yeah.
Like, nobody wants to be
'Cause
right
back-
next to a mower.
And at that point, in the COVID, it was 15 minutes within 6 feet.
Oh,
So
it's
if you went over, because that was the thing, if you were within 6 feet of each other for more than 15 minutes, you were going to get COVID. But if it was less than 15 minutes, you were good. Because like we took bus trips at Gilbert, and we would stop every like 14 minutes, tell all the kids to get off the bus, walk around the bus, and then get back on, and then we could go another 15 minutes.
crazy.
That's how we did it. So, but thank you guys for coming. Love you guys. Make sure you guys keep tuning in and go ahead and subscribe to Cherry Coke with Coach. Roll Tigers.